man showing on the picture was autographed left hand, and Gurley is left-handed. So now this is coming up here. This is really going to shape up the whole college. Well, the SEC East, but now it's going to also.
Man, it's just poop. You got a guy, like I said before, you got a guy over here doing all this crap. And you got a guy over here signing autographs. Even though the guy over here was signing autographs with the same dude, allegedly, even though there's stuff proving that as well that's going to come out too. So, but it's just autographs. And I'd be saying the same thing if dude over here was getting in trouble for that, and that's what he was going to get suspended for. It's just autographs. Let the guys... You're such a money-whoring company, NCAA. Just let them do it. If they're that talented and they're going to use their likeness to do this, and the university's already making money off of them, let them do it. Especially if they're talented. Not everybody's as talented as the guys that can make the money signing autographs.
Yeah.
But let them do it. It hurts no one. It absolutely hurts no one. The only person that really gains money from it is the guy that got him to sign all the autographs.
Yeah. Your thoughts, John?
Man, it's a shame. It's an absolute shame that it's gone to this. I've already talked about how I feel about it. He sold stuff that belonged to him, and he might be done the whole season. You know what? If you're going to deal with these kids for selling their autograph, a lot of these kids are broke college kids, then there needs to be some things put in effect that does not allow these sports memorabilia sharks contact with these kids. Because how are you going to come up to a 21-year-old kid and ask him for his autograph, telling him you're selling it, and not expect him to want something? I think there needs to be rules set in place for that. Yeah, you can say he knows better, this, that, and the other, but when you're broke and you need money, or you know someone is profiting off you, you're going to want something back. Mm-hmm. So why is nobody looking into the other side of this? The sports memorabilia sharks who are selling this shit.
Yep. And they're everywhere.
Why? Like, I honestly would like to know if I'm buying memorabilia and it's a kid that's, the junior tailback at the University of Georgia, where the hell you got this and how you got it. Because that goes back to the whole money thing. A lot of these kids, they don't make shit. The school's making millions in certain cases off these kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then some guys will go, hey, man, can you sign 50 things for me? No, good and damn well he's going to sell it. How is that not fair to that kid to want money? Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of shady. A Florida fan set him up, is what I feel like. That's kind of shady, but he knew better. You can't defend that fact he didn't know better. I think the entire system of the NCAA is broken. You know how much money a school gets for a team going to a BCS bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Millions. Yep. Millions of dollars. And these kids don't see a dime of that shit. It's a broken system. There needs to be a staunch look at setting these kids up with an allowance, or raising their stipend a little bit, but setting them up with an allowance to allow them a little bit more leeway. That way you won't see kids driving on the cars giving to by boosters. You won't see them selling autographs. A lot can be done to fix this, but they're not wanting to do it because it affects the bottom line.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Poor kid.
And it's a shame he's going away for a year.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, because he's fun to watch. He's a great player that's very fun to watch. And it's a shame that he's going to be gone for a year. It really is. Now it affects Georgia's status, but everybody around them, it opens up everything completely.
Yeah, I don't think so. You want to add a little bit about the Treon Harris situation, the Florida freshman quarterback?
The girl dropped her charges on Thursday, I think it was, and he got it reinstated to the team yesterday. So
it was handled well. I believe
Florida
acted quick on it, and it was handled well. Whether or not she was pressured to drop her charges is irrelevant. The charges were dropped. Florida handled it well.
Yes, they did.
They didn't hesitate. They suspended him. from what I read, in every review I read, Harris was cooperative.
Yep.
He was respectful, didn't give any problems, was honest, and it was handled well.
Yep.
Now, how or why she dropped the charges is a different story.
We'll never know.
But yeah,
you'll never know. But it was handled. It was handled the appropriate way, and people were like, "Well, they should have never suspended him in the first place." Yes, they should have. You don't want that distraction still stuck on your team.
Right.
You would rather have the distraction kind of off to the side. It's still going to be on your team, but it's kind of off to the side with him not at the facilities and always there at the football games and everything like that. So it was off to the side. So now instead of an ultimate distraction, it wasn't. And they handled it very well. They did all the stuff they were supposed to do. And the more and more they found out, the more and more pressure got put on the girl to drop the charge. Because they kept finding out. They went one way with him saying that he broke into her apartment when she went to his apartment. They were doing this, and this when they were holding hands, texting each other, and out in the public.
Right.
When he got back home. So it was one of those things.
I gotta wonder. These guys need to. I often wonder why these guys, like, are they not aware that in their position? And I know sometimes you're thinking with the wrong head, it causes problems. But have they ever wondered, does anybody know why these people don't realize a lot of these girls look at these athletes and see dollar signs? Be careful. Be a little bit smarter.
Even in college when they're freshmen and have no money.
Well, you said, John, it's hard to think because you think with the other head and
in college,
your thoughts, your common sense just kind of go out the window when it comes to.
Think about how we were if we would have went to college like this and we would have had.
And girls come at you left and right.
Basically, you had to pick it. You could pick and choose.
They're like Skittles. Yeah, you can pick whatever you want.
Tasting the rainbow.
Like, you know how the NFL makes those rookies go through that symposium?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there an NCAA freshman symposium?
There is.
Something like that. It's set up to let these guys know some of these women are going to be straight paper chasers.
There is. There's a thing set up to when they go in. They have the freshman orientation for all the college people, but the football player, all the athletes have a freshman orientation type thing, and they let them know about all these different type of stuff and all these people that are out there and everything what to look out for and everything like that. This guy was humping two people, or this girl was. She said what was said was the reason there was a so-called argument and everything that she was actually texting two of the football players. Yeah. In Knoxville. She was texting Harris and another guy as well. So when the other guy got there first. So the other guy hit it, and then she texted Treon afterwards. That's what I'm hearing. That was allegedly. Right. Is what I was hearing. And then she texted Treon afterwards. But Treon was just walking around with her. They were holding hands, being all friendly. He was being friendly to everybody around him because everybody was coming up and congratulating him while they were out and about and everything like that. Then he found out later, and that's where they said they got into an argument. But no doors were broken into at her apartment because it was at his apartment. Right. And they said that nothing big happened, that everybody was saying that happened. It was just a made-up story that was going on at a different place.
Right. All right, well, we'll take a break here, and then we'll start discussing the NCAA picks and NFL picks.
The fun part of the show.
The fun part of the show where it's football weekend. We always do this, so it's always fun to discuss this. But we got to discuss the breaking news. That's what we are here to discuss, and hear Kevin and John lovely opinions as always, as usual. They're both very opinionated gentlemen.
And I don't think I was too...
No,
I was pretty good.
Okay.
I didn't go out of my way to bash Florida State.
Nice. All right.
Like I usually would do.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ball in Your Court Podcast. We will return shortly. Welcome back to the Ball Not Court podcast, where me and Kevin and John just having some awful air fun as usual. Now it's back to go on there and discuss some of the